This is the beginning of our day. Bringing to mind just the ways in which we can be helping the mind be more, say, light, easeful. What comes to mind is, of course, the quality of generosity, and recognizing that so often we approach things from either a position of feeling put upon, or worrying about something, or certain maybe competition or comparing, and all of those tend to set the mind in a state of dis-ease. And so just learning how to approach both our duties and chores and living together in community, but also our meditation practice itself. That learning how to give, that spirit of giving is so important, the spirit of generosity. Because it's easy, on a rational level, it's easy to feel that we don't have enough. And that's the basic function of desire. It's the basic function of tanha. I don't have enough, whether it's a material thing, or things that bring my security, or things that bring my well-being. That's a sense, I don't have enough. Or in terms of, say, peace, refined states of mind, I don't have enough. And that's what drives us all the time. That tanha is all, we're always being driven by that. And usually we think if we get what we conceive of, whether it's knowledge or some material thing or whatever, then we'll be happy. But that condition is one that is never possible to be satisfied, because we're always coming from a place of lack. And so that sense of generosity is just so important, a sense of giving, learning how to do that in little things and ordinary things. There's a story, not a story, it's an actual event in history that I found really inspiring. Is the Choctaw people in Oklahoma. That was about 16 years after the Trail of Tears. They'd been removed from their homelands. They'd been their culture's devastated. They've experienced all sorts of difficulties and put into a situation which was less than ideal. And then they heard about the famines in Ireland, and they gathered amongst themselves a donation to send to Ireland, and to help the Irish who were starving, and they really were starving. I think about out of a population of 6 or 7 million, about 1 million of them died. 2 million left the country over a period. But there's the Choctaw people were maybe on a rational monetary level, think, that wasn't such a big donation for these people, but just that spirit of generosity, and that willingness to share what they had, and the willingness to give to others for the benefit of others, is something that's incredibly inspiring. And it's something that there's over history. There's been a connection between. There's like a shrine was built, or some monument was built in Ireland to acknowledge that generosity is I think it's in County Cork. So there's a sense of, honestly, on a rational level, they have nothing, they have, they're living in difficulty, how can they spare that? But that sense of generosity and giving, and that's, I think it's important to recognize that we always have something that we can be giving and sharing, and that quality of generosity is what brings a brightness to the mind, whereas that sense of coming from a place of lack, coming from a place of it's just too difficult and it's got to be like this. What if? All of that limits the mind. It keeps us suffering and keeps feeding tanha. And as the Buddha's whole project is to give us the tools to free the heart from tanha and its suffering.